What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games, or Big ZacNovak. Actually no, today it's late ZacNovak because of this. Yeah, as you can see, I kept getting kicked. Now trying to do Zor's video and getting kicked is seriously frustrating. So hopefully, don't get kicked this time. Let's roll the intros, get straight into it before anything happens, and I do hope you certainly enjoy. Alrighty, getting straight into the video. Zor is on Titan, chilling down at the rig in this little hut area type thing. Fingers crossed this boss that actually has something good this week. I'm really hoping it actually is decent. I haven't actually looked at any of the loot so far, but yeah, fingers crossed it's decent. Let's have a look.
These are from the 9.
Well, are they good? Yes, no, kind of, maybe. Let's start things off with the worst thing that's available. The Eon Soul for the Warlock. Gauntlets that really don't do very much. 23 legendary shards for these if you want to actually run in a group with Aeon Souls or being soul brothers or triplets, whatever you want to call it. Main perk on these gauntlets is actually called Aeon Energy. Throwing grenade grants the following to nearby Aeon cult members: grenade energy to warlocks, barricade energy to titans, and dodge enemy to hunters. I will actually state this thing during the revelry actually comes in handy, surprisingly, if you actually are running in a group that all three have, you know, their all souls equipped and that kind of stuff. This thing surprisingly can actually work in some situations. However, in most other situations without the revelry and having the ability to actually pop those tonics, then yeah, it's not so great. Moving on there to the secondary perks on it, we've got ourselves a fusion rifle loader, hand cannon loader, and impact induction, as well as, but not limited to, we've also got sniper rifle scavenger and machine gun scavenger, which pretty nice. Being machine gun scavenger, I always like machine guns because they're fun. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about these. They're okay. They're not horrible. They are very, very under average, but still, if you haven't actually got them, pick them up and add them to your collection. 23 legendary shards. But moving on, next up, we've got ourselves the Doom Fang Pauldron for the Titans. 23 legendary shards for some very useful gauntlets, I will actually have to state. I use these from time to time on my Titan, and it is actually pretty fun, and they're purple, so they look cool. Main perk on it is actually called Horns of Doom. Void melee kills give super energy, and while Sentinel Shield is active, melee kills recharge your shield throw, which extends your super on hits. In other words, if you want to just go out and do all damage and just release all chaos hell on people, these things in themselves can actually come in handy. I will actually state I use them quite a bit. They are fun. They are actually pretty freaking decent, and they look pretty cool, and they do have ornaments, so yeah, well, one ornament that I know of, but this one, wait, there you go. So yeah, I don't really know if this looks as cool. I mean, it's red and the horns are kind of like broken and it's not as much purple. I like purple, so yeah. Anyway, secondary perks on this, we've got ourselves a fusion rifle loader, we got ourselves hand cannon loader and impact induction, as well as, but not limited to, we've also got ourselves a sniper rifle scavenger and machine gun scavenger. Pick this thing up if you have not got it for your Titan. This thing actually is surprisingly fun. Try it out if you have not got it. Once again though, 23 legendary shards. Moving on, next up though, we've got ourselves the lucky pants for the hunter or huntresses. 23 legendary shards for these. Not very used exotic, but I will actually state they do come in handy in some situations. Main perk on this is actually called Illegally Modded Holster. Precision hits loads 1 round to the chamber of stowed hand cannons. Hand cannons ready faster and are more accurate immediately after swapping to them. I will actually state this can actually come in handy in the Crucible quite a bit. Now sometimes in PvE, yes, it's alright if you are running 2 hand cannons, like say like Trust, or like, you know, an exotic hand cannon, or just really anything that's available from Pinnacle Weapons, because I still haven't got one of them. But I don't know. Yeah, I will actually state these things themselves can actually be pretty decent. Main perks on them is not too bad. I mean, could be a better perk, but again, it is actually pretty unique. And the secondary perks on it, we've got ourselves a fusion rifle dexterity, hand cannon dexterity, and outreach, as well as, not limited to, we've also got ourselves a scout rifle scavenger and special ammo scavenger. These things themselves do actually look pretty cool and pretty decent, even if you don't have the actual ornament. They kind of look, you know, more cowboy-y and stuff with the ornament, however. But I will actually state these things in themselves are fairly unique and actually do look pretty cool. Pick them up for your hunter or huntress for 23 legendary shards. But moving on, next up we've got ourselves the weapon of the week, sweet business. 29 legendary shards for this actually pretty nice auto rifle. This thing is in a really nice place. It's not too OP and it's not too under average. I actually like using this thing in PvE. It's just a lot of fun. Main perk on it is actually called Payday. Larger magazine and increases accuracy when firing from the hip. That, and it's also secondary perk being business time. Holding down the trigger boosts its weapon's range and rate of fire, and automatically loads weapons and automatically loads ammo pickups into the magazine. So we'll actually state that in itself is pretty decent, and I do actually have to state it looks really nice with certain ornaments. Now if you do actually have this ornament, then yeah, you'll know it looks pretty freaking decent, or the regular ornament, which is just kind of gold, and yeah, that thing in itself just kind of looks pretty cool. It just looks pretty beastly no matter what. Once again, this thing in itself is fairly decent, I will actually say, and in itself at the moment it's in a good position. Once again though, 29 legendary shards. Moving on, next up though, we've got the consumables. The 5 of Swords challenge card is the only consumables you have available. So yeah, what does it allow you to do? It allows you to make your challenging nightfalls more challenging by adding challenging modifiers on top of the already challenging nightfall that actually exists by, you know, adding those more modifiers that make things increasingly more challenging while being less challenging at the end for certain loot. And I say that because sometimes loot is just RNG based and you just don't get what you're looking for. Mainly because, well, this week I did record the nightfall and it went through solo. It's like a full run if you guys... Actually, I'm going to put that up probably tomorrow. Anyway, it went through the nightfall and I will actually state I didn't get anything too great or too grand. But with the 5 swords you can actually still get some good loot, and you get a high score multiplier with the actual challenge card. That's one of those things that just makes things a little bit more fun. And as you can see, this week Zord doesn't actually have any invitations of the 9, which I don't know if that's just me or other people are experiencing that. Let me know in the comments section down below. But finally finishing things off, we've got ourselves the Isochronal Engram, aka the Fated Engram, for 97 legendary shards. This can actually decrypt into an exotic that you don't actually own. However, it is actually only consistent for the actual Forsaken stuff and stuff before that. So yeah, you can get some pretty cool loot, some pretty cool armor with some really nice perks depending on what it is. But it'll be an exotic you don't either own or a duplicate exotic that you already have. I myself, as you can see, got Sunshot. Well, I will actually state Sunshot is not a bad hand cannon, and especially when you actually have the good old actual, you know, masterwork on it. This thing in itself is beastly. It also looks pretty freaking cool with different ornaments on it. I myself like the Red Dwarf just because it kind of reminds me of, you know, hardcore lasers. However, the Quake Corkstar, that in itself just looks pretty beastly, like hardcore beastly. But anyway, this has been Zor's location and inventory for the weekend. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, click that like button down below, leave a comment, let me know what you guys actually got from Zor. Was it actually something decent? Was it something you wanted? Was it just, you know, something random? Did you get anything from the Fated Engram? Did you guys actually, you know, have that whole thing of, you know, I don't have pants on? Why has my Warlock not got pants on? Wait, what? My Warlock has no pants. Like, legitimately, I'm not wearing pants. Well, I do have pants, but the cloak that I'm wearing, well, the gown, the Warlock tunic thing. Look, see? It's like down. And okay, it's down now. It's fixed. It's fixed. Once again. Anyway, this has been ZacNovak. Once again, do all that good stuff. Like, leave a comment, and I'll be sharing like Karen ever. He was at Sharon. But until next time, this is ZacNovak. signing off. Actually, you know what? If you are a new viewer, maybe hit that subscribe button. It seriously helps out the channel, helps out you guys that already are subscribed. If you aren't a actual subscriber, then you know, it helps you to actually see some other content. If you guys do want to actually see some content that I actually upload, I do sporadically upload. There are times where I do upload at you know, regular intervals. Sometimes just I do not, but I will actually state I'm gonna be trying to get back into videos as best as possible in the next couple of days, weeks, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna pick things up. So yeah, once again, if you're a new viewer, hit the subscribe button. If you are a subscriber and you want to actually stay up to date to my actual content, then hit that notification bell. That way you can actually, you know, stay up to date on my videos and get notifications when I actually do upload. And yeah, there will be a whole thing that's going up soon, which most likely will be a whole thing of, I guess, maybe a let's call it a subscriber challenge type thing. It's gonna be like a whole comment section type thing where I'm gonna ask you guys to put something in the comments about you yourself, or anything that I've actually done to make you kind of, you know, either smile, anything like that. It's just one of those things. It's kind of gonna be a shout out video to all you guys that actually do watch my video content and stuff like that. But until that does happen, I'm going to be signing off from this video. Do all that good stuff. Once again, I'll be cheering like Kieran if it was Ed Sheeran. But this is ZacNovak. Until next time, signing off. But again, this is ZacNovak signing off. Peace out.